Sir Topham Hatt had purchased 4 new engines from the other railway, 3 with names, 1 with just a number. The 3 with names were Gordon, Eagle, and Brandon, who is better known as 98462. Now, Gordon and Brandon had an attitude. They thought they were too modern to pull goods trains, while Eagle did whatever jobs he was assigned to without fuss. The other engine's number was 87546. Now, 87546 was not like most of the engines. He never said anything to anyone, and did all his jobs with a frown on his face. The other engines thought nothing of this. They were thankful he wasn't rude like Gordon and Brandon. All that is, except Edward. "You know, Gordon," Brandon said one night, "each of these engines is useless in their own way. But us, we are important express engines. We are too important to shunt like Thomas or Edward over there. And do I have to get started about that 87546? He never even talks to any of us." Thomas was about to retort, but Edward gave him a look. Edward wanted to help 87546 as well, but he didn't know how. Fortunately, he would get his chance sooner than expected. A long goods train needed to go to the end of the line. Gordon and Brandon refused to move, so Sir Topham Hatt asked Henry and 87546 to take it. However, Henry was having trouble steaming, so Sir Topham Hatt asked Edward to help instead. Edward was delighted. The 2 engines made good time, and the journey was very smooth. When they got to the big station at the end of the line, it was already noon, so they decided to sleep at Vickerstown sheds. All was silent until Edward started to talk. "What a nice run, wouldn't you agree?" 87546 said nothing. Edward tried again. "Well, at least we get a rest now, right?" Again, 87546 said nothing. Edward sighed. 87546, why won't you talk to us? Me, Henry, Thomas, and Eagle would love to have another engine to talk to at night. Because 87546 started. "I thought you would be like the engines on my old line." 87546 stammered. Edward was surprised. He was not expecting 87546 to respond so quickly. "I would do most of the goods work on my old line because the other engines felt that goods trains were for engines that had no purpose. They would hiss at me every chance they got and never let me sleep in the shed. And the worst part is that Brandon was the main face of it all. We used to work on the same line, but he was a much different engine for the first couple days. He would do any job he wanted and would always keep me company when the other engines were rude to me. But their attitude soon went to his smoke box, and he became the main face of all the trauma I had back then. Now, I don't know if I should trust anyone, because I don't want the same thing to happen again." This time, Edward was silent. "I am sorry that happened to you," Edward started. "I would never do anything like that to you. Same with Thomas, Henry, and Eagle. We know how it feels to be looked down upon, so we would never do the same to you." "Thank you, Edward. It means a lot that you would say that." "Friends?" the old engine asked. "I don't know if I am ready for that yet," started 87546. "How about allies? How does that sound?" "I think it sounds perfect," chuckled Edward. "But we better get back to the big station for our other jobs. Come on." Edward and 87546 puffed off, and their journey back was very quiet. But Edward swears he saw his new ally smile